Hello everybody, welcome back to MC Shaving. We're going to do another shave video for you today. I need to shave. We have quite a few days growth. And today we're going to use something that I haven't used in a while. I'm going to do a pre-shave oil, but this one's from Mountaineer brand. I'm going to bring that closer. So that's Mountaineer brand, and we're using tea tree pre-shave oil. And I think that this will pair nice with the soap scent that we're going to use today. So I am going to just quickly wet the face with some hot water. Give the whiskers a big shock so that they stand up a little bit. And I'm going to just pour a little tea tree oil into my hand. I'm going to work that in. We're gonna, this smells really like tea tree, so the water will help dilute it a little bit, and then spread it out. So since this is a sample, I can conserve a little bit. There we go. Very nice smelling. And this isn't real thick, heavy pre-shave oil base. It does provide some good slickness and helps with the glide of the razor, but Mountaineer brand does a bunch of these scents, and I picked this up when I got the Mountaineer brand soap. If you'd like to see that, you can go back to my very first video where I did my big shave haul, and you'll be able to see all the stuff I got from Mountaineer brand. But I like the tea tree, and we're going to use that today. And I think it'll pair well with Soap Commander Endurance. And we're going to use this soap because it's 6 ounces of soap, and you could tell I haven't used very much even though I've shaved with it a lot. And this has a scent that smells just like the original Old Spice formula. So we're going to go with that. It's going to be a classic cologne shave soap. And then of course we're going to pair it up with some Old Spice as the aftershave. And then we have the Dickinson's Witch Hazel, which is originally, it was an original toner, so no scent to it other than a little bit of the Witch Hazel scent. And I put some tea tree oil in here. If you recall a few videos ago, I had some tea tree oil that I was laying around, so I just put some of those pure tea tree oil drops in with the original formula. You can see it is now cloudy. I mixed it up. So we'll use that as a toner. Now, for the first use, since I did a polish job, is the MicroTouch. And it looks gorgeous, doesn't it? That polish job I did really made it pop. And inside, we're going to use a Dorco Platinum ST300. And this is from Vietnam. This will be the second use on that particular blade. And we're going to use a brush for the first time. In the Constellation candle holder, there it is, we have soaking the little Proraso. This is the Boar brush that I got in the Proraso travel kit. So I'm just going to shake it out real quick. There's the Proraso. Now, in case you're wondering, let's see if I can show this to the camera. This is an Omega brush. And I think that we're going to just load out of the tub and then take it to the face because this is a very tiny brush. I don't think it's going to hold enough soap to do multiple passes. So this is wet. It's been soaking for a while. So I'm just going to do a load. And I'm just looking at the time. We'll just put, maybe 30 seconds of soap in here. I don't think it's going to hold that much. So it's doing real well. Starting to get a pre-foam. Not even 30 seconds, maybe 20 seconds. There we go. That should do good. So here's our load on the brush. I think that's about as much as this is going to hold because you can see it's pretty deep in the bristles. And if we need more for the second pass, we'll just go back to the tub. All right, let's work it in. So I wanted to try this brush, break it in, number one. It is stiff, because it's a Boar brush. It's been never used before, so this is its inaugural shave. But I was curious to see how much this little brush would hold and what kind of lather can we get out of it. You know, if you're traveling with this somewhere, I mean, this isn't too bad. This is very pasty, and it's going to need some water, but in a pinch, this will work just fine. Looks like you just have to go back to the tub for each pass, but hey, you know, it's a small brush. What do you expect? All right, put the tub down. In fact, there's still a little bit of foam around the side, so I'm gonna grab that, but I'm gonna leave some of it in there because we're probably definitely gonna have to go back to it. All right, let's put this on. There we go. Now I'm just gonna dip the brush in the sink. Add some water. Let's see what kind of lather we can get using this little tiny brush. It's manageable. I mean, there's not much to grip at the bottom, and it's not slipping or anything. It does have a little beveled edge here that you can grab with your fingers, so it's not too bad. But it's definitely going to need much, much, much water. It's only a little brush, so some of you guys that like the deep yogurt, you want to see the nice sheen and the peaks and valleys and all that sort of stuff. I mean, I suppose you could do a bowl lather, but I attempted one off camera, and it's best to just face lather with this little brush. I mean, I added some water. It's coming along. This is definitely shaveable. And when you're traveling, sometimes you don't have all the luxuries. You know, this is a little brush. It's not meant to hold tons of water. But that's where we come in with our sprayer. Let's use that. I think that there's a... No. I gotta pump it up. There we go. Get a little bit of air in there. There we go. Good, good application on the outside. Yeah, definitely a Boar brush. I can feel the bristles. I could smell that soap. Very nice. I mean, this has been a while trying to get this to a nice creamy lather. This little brush is only going to do so much, but it's coming along. As you can see, if you want to work it and you have the time, you can certainly get to a consistency that works for you. I mean, this is not bad at all. This is definitely shaveable, and in the best interest of time, this is what we're going with. Okay. Now there's plenty still on the brush, so we may be able to get one more application out of it. We'll see. I don't know, but that's why we'll go back to the tub. Okay. Here we are, MicroTouch Dorco blade. Dorco blades are mild, and if you've never shaved with one before, I like them. And this is doing real well. Nice slickness from the oil. You know, and the soap, it's not a drying soap. I mean, my face feels hydrated, and there's still some glide on the cheek where I just shaved, so the brush did pretty good. And I wanted to use it a couple times and break it in. Number one, even if I don't go anywhere, especially with this COVID going on everywhere. Oh, look at that, see? It even leaves bristles like a real brush. I like a nice soft brush, and it's going to take some uses to break in the boar. That's okay. I got nothing better to do. I don't know if you could hear Bailey the dog barking away downstairs for some reason. You know, up here where I live, there's a Facebook site where you can list stuff for a garage sale. And I actually did that. We had a garage sale that ran several weeks in a row back in like September of 2019. And it may have been my fault. I haven't gone back to check it yet, but all of a sudden, just recently, this week, I started getting messages. People communicating with me, asking me, you know, is anything still available? Well, number one, the date that was posted wasn't current. So since a bunch of people didn't come knocking on my front door, people didn't drive over here, so they must have known that it was in the past. But it took me by surprise. I asked a bunch of them, I said, so how did you hear about our sale? I mean, where did you see it? And they all told me that it was listed on this site. And I told them, I said, what's the date on it? Because I haven't listed anything. And they all said it was a fresh listing. So somehow this Facebook site relisted my advertised garage sale from 6 months ago or more. People were calling and inquiring about my stuff. So, I mean, great. I still had a few things left around, and I did do some sales, but after we ran it for 4 weeks in a row, we ditched a lot of it. I mean, clothes and books and everything from when my daughter was younger, a lot of toys. We got rid of it. So, yeah. Now, there wasn't much left in the brush. You can see here, I did add a little bit of water. All right, now the brush is basically down to nothing. So I'm going to take it back to the tub. I'm just going to stick my brush in the water. And I'm going to build another quick lather. We'll get another 15 seconds or so. There we go. So there's our build. Let's put it on. Yeah, now we got lots. So you're going to have to go back to the tub or the puck or the cream or whatever you're using on your travels, because this brush just doesn't hold. It's small, but it gets the job done. So if you have a little sample that you're going to take with you and you want a bowl lather, that's okay. I wouldn't use a huge bowl, obviously, because the brush is small, and if you put enough in there for a normal sized brush that you're going to shave with, then it's going to take you quite a while to mix it up, and you're asking a lot of this little brush. So I have a little travel bowl just like this, holds my Williams mug puck. It's just a little plastic bowl, or I can take my Kingsley bowl, which has a wooden cover on it. And you could just put a little sample in there and mix it up. And you're probably not going to mix it all up, but you'll get some foam. You can apply it to the face, go back, add some water, mix the rest up. Yeah, this little brush did good. I mean, this is fine for me. I think it's ready to go. And we still have a little bit left in there, probably for a pickup if we need it. Okay. So I was surprised, and my wife is happy because everything that's left over from the original sale that we didn't get rid of, we're selling. So pretty much people are inquiring, and the prices are low enough as it is. You know, we're even lower than what we asked for the garage sale. We just want to kind of get rid of it. And it's almost like a buy one, get something for free kind of deal. We're handing it out. So we had a few individuals contact us. I think we had a high chair left. And the lady that asked about the high chair had twins. I think she has a total of 3 girls and a boy or something like that. So we gave each of the kids a little extra something she didn't have to pay for. I think the high chair we let go for like $7. It was in real good condition. Which is kind of a blessing, because you know my situation between jobs, trying to get that next career, and it's been tough, especially with this COVID-19. I don't know where you are, but New York State pretty much declared a state of emergency the other day, and everything's shutting down. I mean, they're canceling school activities, church services, you name it. We don't have any reported cases where we live. The closest reported area is about an hour and a half away or so, and there's 2 reported cases. No, I take that back. An hour away, there was a case that was announced today in St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada. Of course, it's over the border, but it's close to home. So our stores are empty, not a roll of toilet paper, a roll of paper towels, a package of napkins, a box of Kleenex, a bottle of Purell, a container of water, shelf type food, which would be box foods, canned foods. I mean, I understand that this can really turn into something, and it's better to be prepared, but someone's hoarding. We were watching the news, and the news told people that if you have any supplies and you would like to sell them, you know, to advertise it, because there's shortages everywhere, and if you notice anybody price gouging, to report it. So I'm just gonna quickly get some fresh clean water in the sink here. We were driving to my dad's birthday party. We were passing by a restaurant. Yeah, good slickness. I can still feel the slickness. Good soap, nice oil. So we drove past the restaurant, and the restaurant had a display sign out front, and it said, "No joke, toilet paper for sale." So they're definitely shortages in all those sanitary supplies. I think the big reason why toilet paper is being gobbled up everywhere is because it is, you know, a strand of the flu, and sometimes when you get the flu, you got to go to the loo. So that's why people are stocking up on toilet paper. And if you can't find tissues anywhere, you can use hankies. And some of you youngsters that are millennials may not know what a hanky is. It is a soft cloth that you use once or twice, wash it, use it again. But then people are like, yuck. So you could always use napkins. Around here, restaurants are still open. So I think it'll be a much different ball game if there's any cases reported closer to home. Hopefully where you are, things are under control. Stay safe. I mean, it's no joke. Read up on it, understand what it is, be prepared. I mean, you could, in the back of your mind, have your doubts, but at least be mindful of others. If you do have unfortunate events and you contract some sickness, COVID or not, some sickness, get yourself tested, find out where you can go to get tested, and seclude yourself until you're 100% sure that you're not a carrier. I just found that the local restaurant advertising toilet paper was interesting. I'm going to venture out in a little while, and I'm going to see if I can find some sides, some shelf items, simply because it's our normal grocery shopping. I think we'll just crack open a wine, hunker down and watch a movie tonight, me and the missus. My daughter's going to have a sleepover at a friend's house. I'm not too worried about anything. Nobody's sick in their family, and it's only around the corner from the house. She's a school friend. Our school has been very communicative, letting us know what's going on, how they're prepared, and that's nice of the school system. Very nice. BBS. Alright, so with the grain, against the grain, across the grain is this angle. My hair grows all funky on the neck. So I've had a lot of activity trying to get out there and get something going, because this virus and all these businesses shutting down and not interviewing, and I'm afraid that I'm going to be in the long haul for another several months if this is the case. There's reports that the US will peak in whatever COVID volume they have at the end of April, beginning of May. Here it is, still just before mid-March, so I have 2 months that I have to wait it out. With any luck though, I will acquire my next certification, which is already scheduled. It's in the technology industry, and if you have any project background, it is actually SAFE. That's the name of the certification, SAFE. It is a project methodology that goes with Agile. Very good. I think I am BBS. Let's give it a rinse. Oh, so smooth. Wow. This feels fantastic. Oh, my face is so smooth. Oh my Lord. That tea tree oil helped with the glide, and man, that soap is wonderful. In fact, I think, I don't know if he's going to see this video or not, but there's a wet shaving channel. It's just called Johnny, Johnnny, Johnny. He's I believe somewhere in Europe, English maybe, but he has some pretty good stuff. He's one of the most recent channels that I had signed up to, and there was a gentleman that talked about the Old Spice, and I had mentioned the Soap Commander Endurance in the comments of one of his videos, and he's like, cool, I'll have to check it out. So if you are part of Johnny's channel, or you're Johnny, definitely give this a try. Okay, let's hit it with some tea tree witch hazel. Match the Preshave. No burning, no stinging, no little irritations of any kind. That little brush did quite well. All right, now we got the little red stopper that we took out, and we're gonna hit it with some Old Spice. Now this is the newer version. It's not the original formula, so it still has a very comparable scent, but it's not the same. It's a little different. To me, actually, it's not as strong. Now this is alcohol-based. Very, very little burn, but very pleasant smelling. I am definitely impressed with this little Proraso brush. Let me just do a quick rinse off here. This brush did very well for being such a small brush. Again, you have to go back to the puck or the cream or the tub or whatever you're using. It's not going to hold enough to do multiple passes. This is probably a one-pass brush, and you may have to compromise a little bit unless you want to spend the time and get that perfect sheen, because the bristles are only so high and loft that you're really going to have to work it. It doesn't hold a lot of water either, but it gets the job done. And I want to thank all of you for joining, and thank you for all the new subscriptions, and I hope that you guys stay safe, and I hope all of you are prepared with this COVID virus that's going around. So thanks again for joining me. Certainly become a subscriber if you are not. You can click the bell, and then we'd love to read any comments that you have for us. Just leave them down below under the description of the video. So until the next video, take care, be safe, we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.